Fungi are slowly but surely inching their way into the collective consciousness. Whether it's in the realm of health, sustainability, or spirituality, our inconspicuous fungal friends are providing solutions to some of mankind's most pressing issues and changing the way we think about them and consequently ourselves. Recent discoveries and novel ideas about fungi are spreading like mycelium, the underground fungal network from which mushrooms sprout. The illuminating Netflix documentary Fantastic Fungi has been seen by millions, while the rise of figures like Paul Stamets and the success of books like Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake has spawned a new generation of mycophiles. And I'm one of them. So with that in mind, here are 7 profound lessons I've picked up from studying fungi and mushrooms. Number 1. Cooperation is a strength. There's this organism called a lichen, which is actually 2 organisms, a fungus and an algae, that have entangled themselves so tightly that they are effectively one. This remarkable relationship has occurred as a way for both organisms to take advantage of their partner's unique abilities. The algae can harvest energy from sunlight through photosynthesis, but the fungus can't, and the fungus can absorb nutrients from the soil, but the algae can't. The entangled algae and fungus, the lichen, can live in environments that an individual fungus and algae couldn't. In effect, they are stronger together than they are separate. The whole, in this case a lichen, is greater than the sum of its parts. There's an important lesson here, and I think it's something like this. By cooperating, whether with other people or species, humans have the opportunity to be something we couldn't be on our own. We can exponentially increase our capabilities and solve problems that we couldn't individually. In fact, we're already cooperating with fungi in many ways. Think about the fungal population in our guts, the gut microbiota. This ecosystem of microorganisms plays a major role in our body's immune response, inflammatory response, and even our neurological health. Also consider penicillin, alcohol, and bread, all made from or with the help of fungi. We've made a start, and over time we will discover more ways to cooperate with others in order to advance. For some idea of what fungal collaborations may look like, consider Paul Stamets' discovery that mushroom extracts can help save the bees, the ability of mycelium in soil to store carbon, and new textiles made from fungi that offer biodegradable alternatives to plastic. By joining forces with fungi, we can create a healthier world where we both continue to thrive for a long time. Number 2. Decentralized networks solve problems. Mycelium grows in a decentralized network. This means it has no central point of control. This lack of central authority makes mycelium networks highly resilient to attack and highly adaptable to changing environments. Other decentralized networks that spring to mind include the neural network in our heads, the brain, the internet, and the Bitcoin network. By relying on distributed authority, decentralized networks are constantly evolving based on feedback from their environment. The results of this can be seen in fungal survival over multiple extinction events, humans flourishing over the last few thousand years, the incredible growth of the internet, and the initial success of Bitcoin. Number 3. Everything is connected, literally. If you stand in a forest, you will see many individual trees and plants. Under the ground, however, all these plants are physically connected by networks of fungal mycelium. The term mycorrhizal relationships describes this mutual symbiotic association between a fungus and a plant root system. This relationship, which sees plants providing fungi with carbon-based compounds and fungi providing plants with nutrients like nitric oxide from the soil, enhances the health of the ecosystem as a whole, making it more resilient and adaptable. It got me thinking about the invisible connection between humans, other animals, plants, and fungi. Just because we can't see these connections doesn't mean they're not there. By considering these energetic connections and recognizing our own place in ecosystems, we can make better decisions for the health of the whole and ourselves. Number 4. Death is necessary. Fungi are responsible for breaking down all organic matter in order for it to be reused, whether it's by itself or other organisms. Fungi are the bin men and recyclers of the forest, without whom there would be layers of dead organic matter everywhere. They do this by releasing enzymes to break down organic material, after which the nutrients released can be absorbed. Fungi represent an important part of the life cycle, the passageway between life and death. They continuously break down the old in order for the new to be birthed. Fungi have taught me that death is necessary for life. Number 5. Fungi are everywhere. Fungi make you squeamish, then you won't be pleased to hear that fungi are literally everywhere, including on your skin right now. Between tens and hundreds of species of fungi live on any given leaf that you might find in your garden. In fact, no plant has ever been found in nature which does not have fungi in its leaves and shoots. You have yeast all over your body, especially in the lining of your ears and in your nostrils. They're even in the air, floating around you, being inhaled by you every few seconds. Fungal spores are the largest source of living particles in the air. I guess this one isn't so profound, but it's interesting nonetheless. Number 6. Soil is the gut of the earth. If all fungi were wiped out in a forest floor, the trees and the plants would not survive, and subsequently, the animals would starve. The flora would struggle for nutrients and become prone to disease, just as humans would if it weren't for the trillions of cells, including bacteria, viruses and fungi, that live in our gut. As mentioned earlier, the human microbiome plays a huge role in keeping us healthy, regulating our immune system, our inflammatory response, and our neurological health. In this sense, the forest floor and the soil can be seen as a sort of gut to the planet. Keeping both the soil and our gut micropopulations well balanced, healthy, and fed will improve the overall health of our bodies and our forests. And just as antibiotics can achieve short-term goals like stopping an infection by disrupting the microbiome of the gut, pesticides achieve a similar short-term goal by disrupting the microorganisms in the soil. And these short-term goals are achieved at the cost of long-term health of the forest and the person. This fungal view of ecosystems can help us to appreciate the diverse populations of microorganisms that support the long-term health of our forests and our own bodies. Number 7. Individuals are actually ecosystems. We humans think we're individual people, but we're made up of millions of organisms that work together, cooperate, compete and fight one another. When we consider that all life is based on these intimate connections, then it makes it harder to regard ourselves as separate individuals. Not only are we part of ecosystems, we are ecosystems. There you have it. We can learn a lot from fungi, because us humans, with all our intelligence and advancements, are still very much a part of nature. Therefore, by studying nature and its patterns, we can learn about our own nature and patterns. We know a fair bit about other animals and plant life on our planet, but we know comparatively little about the kingdom of fungi, which is in fact more closely related to humans than to plants. By studying and learning about fungi, the literal foundation to almost all plant and animal life, we can get a deeper understanding of how to live healthier, happier, and more sustainable lives.